This winter storm has kept the Missouri State Highway Patrol extra busy this weekend. As of this afternoon, troopers reportedly responded to more than 1,200 calls for service so far. That includes nearly 250 stranded drivers and more than 200 crashes. Officials say there were injuries in 26 of those crashes. In our part of Missouri, the Highway Patrol reports a lot of good news when it comes to this massive winter storm. Kathy Sweeney explains from Cape Girardeau County.
All this snow comes as no surprise if you've been following Grant's forecast. And Trooper Clark Parrott with the Missouri State Highway Patrol says it seems a lot of folks in Troop E have really been paying attention. From here in Cape County over to Ripley County down to the Boot Heel, Parrott says a lot of folks stayed off the roads, and that led to fewer crashes and fewer stranded vehicles. Now, he said they did have 2 crashes involving tractor trailers over the weekend, one Saturday south of Marston and the other one Sunday south of Steele. But he says that's not unusual when there isn't snow and ice on the road. Now, he says heading into Monday, one of the biggest concerns is interstate travel. He says they're really going to be keeping an eye on interstates 55 and 57. They believe both of those interstates will still be slick. He says if you've got to get out Monday and your commute takes you onto an interstate, he wants you to leave early, to slow down, and to really pay attention. And don't forget, there are still secondary roads and side roads that have not been cleared yet, so use caution if you're traveling. In Cape Girardeau County, Kathy Sweeney, Heartland News.
The Highway Patrol also saying crews may have to answer lots of calls all at once, so be prepared to wait if you do need help.
Find yourself in a crash or a slide off, or your car simply breaks down, understand it may be a while before we can get to you to send you any help. All right, so be prepared for that. Along with this snow is coming some bitter and dangerous temperatures. We're concerned about that as well. We don't want you to find yourself in a situation where your car's broke down, is disabled, and you don't have a heat source to help keep yourself warm.
The takeaway from officials is simple: stay home. But if you do have to get out on the roads, be sure to watch for snowplows and give them plenty of room to do their work.